All right, well, I think we are live. This is take number 2. I didn't like the first take. I went live, did it, and the volume was the background music, which I hope is still playing right now. Hopefully it's a lot lower though. I was really competing with it. So take 2, we're doing this one more time. I'm deciding to try something different. I'm always looking for something different to do, and I want to provide these update videos, but what I found is if I'm shooting it and editing it, that's really just delaying the actual video of my training that I really want to get out for you guys. So we're going to try and do this live and see how you like it. Do 10 to 15 minutes, weekly update, and that's it. So now, let's get into the show. All right, well, this week has been not a bad week. I'll just get weight out of the way to start. Not much has changed, I'll tell you. Diet was a little rough this week. I'm just still trying to dial in intake, pre-workout to see what feels good. I'll tell you, stayed about the same. I'm really thinking about just starting RP again tomorrow. I go to RP as a RP diet. If you're not familiar with that, it's a Renaissance periodization diet. Came out of kind of bodybuilding and functional fitness, and I worked with a one-on-one coach to develop an endurance plan for myself. Every time I use it, I drop weight to the race weight I want to get to, and then for some reason I start training the next time for the next race, and I think, you know what, I'm going to wing it. I know what I'm doing. And it just never seems to quite work the way I think that it's going to work. So tomorrow, I think I'm going back to my plan. I'll share that in a future update. Essentially, it's when I'm training, it's 6 meals. Most of those meals contain 4 ounces of protein and then carbs around the workouts that slowly kind of dwindle off throughout the day. And as I get past lunch, then it's really kind of just meat and veggies and fat. So I'll talk more about that later. But weight, still about 198, no major drop this week. Now, as far as my toes, I went to the doctor. I mentioned getting some numbness. They're actually numb right this moment. I went to the doctor and I'm seeing my sports therapist. He's a chiropractor, does ART, active release technique, and really started from my toes up to my hips and just working on it. You know, with ART, they are finding points, pressure points, kind of gripping on that muscle, and you're moving your ankle, moving your leg, and breaking down scar tissue, really trying to get, I won't say as elegant as him, but essentially a lot of the muscles in my calves seem to almost be like stuck together, whether that's kind of scarred together. They're just not moving the way they should, which means I'm compensating in other places. My arches aren't really breaking free and moving the way they should. So working on trying to get those flexing and working well. Some real sore parts in my hips, up and down my thighs. So just going in there 2 days a week, having him work on that. He feels that I've really just done some nerve damage, and all of the stuff going on in my legs is not helping that. So that's where we're starting, and I'm there 2 days a week, and that's really actually affected my training this week. My runs did not feel that good. I skipped a couple runs because I was going to the doctor right after my swim, which is usually when I run. And by the time I leave there 45 minutes later, I am not feeling good. I'm limping, I am in pain, I'm sore, which, hey, it's a good thing. They're working on me, basically starting with some ART, then hitting the bad spots with the lasering those, then hitting them with the Piezo machine, which is, what I know of it is like a sound wave, very focused, that is tuned for scar tissue and getting that to break down. There's probably a way better explanation, but that's essentially what it is. It sounds like a clicking noise, and they move it around really slowly, and when you hit a spot that has scar tissue, it really almost aches like a toothache. And they stay on that spot, and then it slowly doles out, and that supposed to help. So that's where I'm at. So my training volume is actually down a couple hours this week just because I missed some runs, But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good, feeling great. But this week, I really wanted to share with you what I'm doing for training. A lot of people are asking me, am I using a training plan? I'm working with a coach, things like that. Right now, I'm not working with a coach. That is the plan as I get close to the 6-month out period from La Quinta, is to start working with a coach. But for now, I am using a lot of the training I did for La Quinta 2019, which was really successful. All the workouts had purpose and just kind of pulled from some different training plans I've done. And it's probably the best training I ever did over all of the Ironmans and the years of triathlon I did. That 11 weeks was by far the best and got the best results. So I'm essentially using that again. And what I do is I use a website called Final Surge, or an app called Final Surge, and it's free to athletes. And basically you can sign up for, hold on one second to close this down. Here we go. Final Surge is a website that is free for athletes just to have an account. And you can see here the athlete account is free and you get access to all of the features, which means you can program your workouts, you have a calendar, you can kind of create your own library of workouts, which right now I'm doing master swims. So I just kind of have a generic hour-long swim. I can pull that in. I can pull in my mobility workouts, so I can kind of make those a part of the library. And you can put all the details. So what I want to do is know my entire week and have that programmed out. So I can get to it from the website, or I can get to it from my phone on their app. So this is a basic interface. You can see here, swims on Monday, mobility work, bike trainer, run, and this is basically the structure of my week, which I'll talk a little bit about more in a minute. But you have the same exact thing on your phone, and you can bring that up. And I do most of the planning here. So, you know, here I've got a bike. You can move things around. You can come in and simply add a workout, the type you want. We'll do a run. We'll just say it's a long run. Put your title in, your description, either the distance or the time. And what's great about this is it all syncs with whatever app you might be using to record your workouts. I use Coros on my watch or Wahoo for my bike computer, but all of that data gets loaded to Strava. And I'm still using Strava for the social aspect and kind of the recording and uploading of my data. But that data then goes from Strava and is connected to Final Surge. And it happens automatically. You set up the connection, and it'll take, if I have a scheduled swim in my workout plan that I've created in Final Surge, when that gets uploaded to Strava, it connects, it sees that, and it merges that together. So now with my workout calendar, my workouts are automatically getting merged in with the plan, which is really nice because Strava is great for tracking, but not really for planning. And I am a huge planner. I want to know for the week what it looks like so that I can figure out when I'm getting the workouts done, how much time. I can figure out the volume that I'm getting in. Am I getting enough swimming in? Am I getting enough running in? Sometimes I might need to move things around. And if I schedule mobility workouts in the morning, something about having it on the schedule, I have to do it. But if I just say, hey, you know what, I'm going to do mobility 3 or 4 times a week, it's never going to happen. But if I put it in the schedule, I'll get to it. So that's what I'm using. I'll show you real quick here. It also exists right on the phone. I have Final Surge right here on the phone. You probably can't see it very well, unfortunately. But the app is great. You can download it. And well, let's talk quickly about my program. You saw a little bit of it there and what my current volume is and what that structure is right now. Essentially, I am trying to get in a minimum of 3 workouts for each sport, swim, bike, and run, and get 3 to 4 minimum mobility workouts in, and a couple of strength training sessions if I can. So with all of that, right, you've got 9 sport-specific workouts. You add another 3 or 4 mobility on there. Right, we're up to 12 or 13, then a couple strength days, 14, 15. If I'm not scheduling that and have that laid out and planned, it's really easy to let some of that stuff start to slip through the cracks. The other thing I like is having specific details listed, because I want to think about them beforehand. I don't want to just get on the trainer and ride for 90 minutes. I want to get on the trainer and know that I'm going to do intervals or repeats for a certain power, for a certain amount of time, with a certain amount of rest, and these are the sets, and that helps the time on the trainer go by really fast as well, but it has purpose. I want every workout to have a purpose. Only a couple workouts a week may be easy run or easy bike, and those are typically the long bikes on the weekend, the long run, but every workout should have a purpose, and that's what I really like about planning them, because I'm putting the thought into them beforehand. So what does the week look like? For me, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are my swims, and I'm getting in an hour to an hour and 10 minutes of swimming. Right now, I'm not having to program my own sets because I joined a master's group, which works great. I'm swimming with way faster swimmers than myself. They're pushing me every day. I come out of the swim, I just feel worked. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the main focus is a swim. After that, 2 days a week at least, I'm doing a run, and that run is anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. I try and do that run right after the swim. I try and get out of the pool and go do that run right away. That works great. You know, it's interesting. I never used to train the run after the swim. I would swim and, you know, you're going through transition on your bike. It was always, that was my mentality. But getting out of the water and actually going for a run, it's hard to do. And going for a 30, 40-minute run, you know, you're kind of waterlogged and a little bit, discombobulated, whatever you want to say. So doing a run right after a swim has been really helpful for me, just to kind of get the feeling of running. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday swim, and then 2 of those days I've got some runs after those. They're not long, 30, 40 minutes. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm on the trainer because I train early in the morning. It's dark out. I am doing 90 minutes minimum, and those days are highly focused on power repeats of some sort. They're intervals, maybe it's 3 minutes in aero at a certain power, then 1 minute easy for 30 rounds, right? So that ends up being, you got 30, or that would be wrong. Say 3 minutes in aero, 10 rounds, so there's 30 minutes total, but then you have a minute rest, there's another 10 minutes, 40. Just however I end up breaking those down, that's why it's really good to have those programmed beforehand. Put the thought in there. You can look them up online, maybe if you don't have a training plan, but those days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, are very focused on my power and single leg drills. I do at least single leg drills once a week on Tuesday or Thursday. And then both of those days, I pretty much hop off and get a 30 to 40 minute run, building to my half Ironman pace. For me, that's between 7 and 6:45, 7-minute mile, 6:45-minute mile. So hop off the bike, I'm warmed up, and just get used to running up to that speed and run basically 3 to 4 miles. Saturday and Sunday right now for me are my longer, easier workouts. I'm getting 2 to 3 hours on the bike, and these are typically either a flat, just getting in the aero position and pushing a steady power rate as much as I can, high cadence, 90, 95 is where I like to sit for 2 to 3 hours. Or I might be hitting the hills. But that's essentially what that day is right now. As I progress closer, further into training, I'll start making that a brick. I'll get off the bike after 2 or 3 hours and go for a 30, 40-minute run. Right now, I'm not doing that. And Sundays are my long run, and that's minimum 90 minutes right now. And those are easy runs for me. Right now, I'm running anywhere between 8:30s and 8s as kind of get back into running, trying to take things slow. I have about 36 weeks, I think, left, or 35 weeks till the race. So I've got a lot of time. I don't want any injuries. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Right now, with the live stream, I can interact with you guys. I can get your questions, but I want to just get a feel for if you like this format. Basically, it's a lot easier for me to just shoot this live and not have to edit it and give you that update. But that's it. I am done. It's Sunday night. I'm going to bed. 4:30 tomorrow morning. Get up, mobility, and to the pool. So hope you guys had a great Easter weekend. If you're celebrating, me up early this morning, my kids were up before 6 in the morning. We were making bunny pancakes, egg hunts, hung out with the family all day. It was a good day. It was nice. So I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon.